I'm so glad you asked. What is an artist residency? Hi, I'm Leah. I'm a performance artist and I am in residency. In my last video, I basically said a residency means that I am the artist resident in the building. Yeah, technically. But let's break that down a little bit. An artist residency is usually space given to an artist for a certain amount of time with a particular creative outcome. For my residency, I was gifted this beautiful space for 4 weeks by a dance company, specifically to create a dance piece, a specific dance piece that is. You can get a residency whether you are a musician, a performing artist, a director, a writer, a dancer, a visual artist. There's so many artist residencies out there. Each residency will be different. Sometimes residencies come with funding. Sometimes as well, if you are traveling for your residency, they may pay for your travel costs, your accommodation. They may give you like a daily allowance. For this one, unfortunately, there was no funding. It was just the free space, which means that we applied for external funding because obviously when I'm here, I'm not at work, which means that I need external funding to be able to be paid. Unfortunately, I did not get that external funding. It just means that in between being here, I work in the evenings and I work on the weekends, and I try to get as much money as I can while creating at the same time. Just finished for the day. We had a morning session of research and writing, and then the dancers came in. We don't have any funding, so the dancers are only kind of coming in and out when they can and in between their jobs, which means that we can't always have all of the dancers all in the room at the same time, you know, like we have people coming in and out. We do the best that we can. There is 6 of us, so at all days there is like at least somebody in the room trying to improve the work and create new things and whatnot. So it's going really well and I'm really happy with what we're making so far. Why would an artist residency be useful? Well, if you are a director or choreographer or dancer like me, creating movement often requires a lot of space and loud music. My housemates would not like it if I brought my whole team over and moved all of the furniture out of the living room and started playing really loud music and dancing around in the living room. So we need space. Visual arts and designers often need space and equipment to experiment with as well. Writers need time specifically dedicated to writing, right? I think you can get so kind of wrapped up in life, and you know, if you're at home, you set aside a couple of hours to write and then end up getting distracted by house chores or your housemates or work calls and you need to go off and do that or whatever. This is specific time dedicated to your craft, right? I have this space booked from 9 to 5, which means that this is my dedicated time in here, so I don't have to be anywhere else. I just need to do this, which is awesome. Also, if you end up getting a residency that you have to travel for, that is such an amazing opportunity to learn about other countries and other cultures and incorporate that into your arts practice as well, which I feel like is so valuable. It's insane. Sometimes as well, and this is also why residencies are useful, sometimes residencies will provide mentors. Mentorships from established creators are so valuable. Often a mentor will give you some advice. You'll be able to message and email them asking them questions. Sometimes they'll come into your rehearsals and watch and give feedback. And I feel like getting that mentorship from someone who is established, somebody who has created their own work and has had the feedback and has done the time and knows the things is so important, especially if you are just emerging as an artist. I also think as well, like, when do you usually get that one-on-one time with an established artist? Like usually it's quite hard to get that one-on-one time, and you can usually either do it from like a class or a workshop, and those can be quite expensive. And so having in-kind mentorship is really kind of amazing. That doesn't have to be a public outcome. So for example, I told them that the creative outcome would be the foundations of a new dance work. So we come in and we choreograph something, and we're like building the very start of it, you know? And so I don't have to show that to anybody. I can have a public outcome if I wanted, and I could invite people to come and to watch. There are the options to do that. But when you apply, you tell them what your creative outcome will be.
It feels so nice to have a project where we can just play, we can just experiment, and like we don't have to be afraid that like some stuff might suck. We have like permission to play and permission to be bad and permission to do something that is maybe like, you know, that you're like not sure about or whatever, but have the chance to try and test it out. We don't have to do it performance, we don't have to show it to anybody, which is really nice. We're just trying to create the start of something, and then eventually we'll develop it, and it will turn into something that can be a proper performance. But just for now, we just get to play.
We spend our days writing, improvising, choreographing, moving, and we're in the city here, which is great. It means that we can go out and we can get coffee and we can get lunch, and we can come back and we can get back to it. Yeah, anyway, so this is kind of what an artist residency looks like. Yeah. Most established companies will have websites with pages dedicated to residencies that they offer. So you can apply there, or you can just make sure to follow all of your favorite companies on social media so that you can find out when it is that they're doing the residencies that they're doing. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. I feel that artist residencies are really, really important. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. Bye.